You know, I thought last week was rough, Fitzy, but so there's literally only 2 national days today. You know, National whatever day. So this will be a little tough. Okay, hey, it's National Wear Pajamas to Work Day today.
Sweet, I didn't.
Well, that's every day for me. But all right, so here's the best I can do in this one. If you're looking, where'd it go? There you go. If you're looking to sell your home, then get on your pajamas and get comfortable while a friend from the Wisconsin Lakes team works for you. Anyone can say that they are an agent, but not everyone treats their clients as they would like to be treated, and that's exactly what Aaron and Katie do. Find out more by visiting lakesteamwi.com. What do you think?
I like it. I'll give you 7 on that one. That's good.
I'll take a 7. All right, but again, there's only 2 national days.
Okay.
So, the other is National Garlic Day. Today, National Garlic Day. So, no kidding. Do you have any suggestions? How do I transition from National Garlic Day to industrial safety?
Well, you go with yours and I'll go with mine.
I don't have one. There's garlic in kitchens, and they do kitchen suppression stuff.
There you go. How about if you're going to burn something in your kitchen using the garlic, you can call industrial safety. And
there you see? That's a lot better. Industrial Safety sells and services practically everything that goes into a fire station and on a firefighter, but they also recently incorporated kitchen suppression system maintenance, inspections, and installs. For more information, visit their website, industrialsafetystore.com. Ugh.
Hopefully Adam's not listening.
Yep, right. He's going to be calling in. You totally butchered my my transition.
Hey, do you have a fire extinguisher in your house?
You know what? I did until I had to put out our oven about a year ago. Now I think about it. I don't have one anymore. Yeah, I probably should.
I know a guy. No.
See, that's a nice plug. I like that.
That's it.
Good, not morning, midday, everybody? It doesn't even sound right.
No, it doesn't.
It's Positive Tuesday today, April 19th, 2022. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you're watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. With nearly 20 years of experience, this locally owned and operated business has provided quality work in roofing, garages, siding, window installations, kitchen and bathroom remodeling, vinyl and hardwood flooring, and they can even build your house or business from the ground up. Like Fitzy and I, Professional Exteriors and Interiors believes that it's the little things that make a big difference. So give them a call today. The number's right there on the screen, 520-2271. Fitzy, not doing the show at 8:30 is really weird, man. How are you?
Good, how are you? But thanks for making the change for me.
It's perfect. We're giving stuff away today, so.
We are. Sweet. What are we giving away?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. See, I'm trying to put up comments and stuff. You know, you need to start tearing your way here.
I can't do it all.
Yep. So we're doing a giveaway for. Oh, and good morning, Emily. Hello, and Kieran. So it's for the Spooner Block Party. Sweet. And so I'm just looking at our announcement we put up this morning. This show, so instead of doing we're giving it away today, and by the end of the show, like a lot of times that's what we do. Okay. Well, instead, for the people who can't watch it live, and hopefully they can, right? Lunchtime, maybe people are in the office, and I don't know, nothing else to do except eat your food and watch the show. But for the people who can't, I kind of felt badly. So we're going to start like it's a 24-hour thing. Okay. So starting now, anyone that comments and or is engaged in this show, you automatically get entered, just like all of the other ones that we've done, for a chance to win a ticket to the Spooner Block Party. It's a big one-day event. It's huge. It's a $50 value for each, so we'll have 2 winners. Okay. But for the people who can't watch it live, because a lot of people watch these shows after the fact, you can still comment. So somebody's watching it tonight at 7 o'clock, go ahead and comment in here, and then tomorrow at noon we'll randomly pick a winner and announce it on our website. We'll probably put it in the comments here too, just so they see it as well. But yeah, the Spooner Block Party is scheduled for Saturday, July 2nd at 6:30 right here at the Spooner Fairgrounds. It's the ultimate one-day, one-stage music event. They have Sawyer Brown. I guess they're popular. I don't know if they are.
They're a little older, but yeah.
Dawn Mary or Marie?
Probably Marie.
Okay. And GB Layton or Layton?
Yeah, JB Lightning, he's good.
Is it country stuff or what?
No, he's a little bit of everything. He's a good singer. He's out of Minneapolis. I think he's a local Minneapolis guy.
Well, I'm looking forward to going because I want to see Great White. Once
Great
bitten,
White?
twice shy, man.
Yeah, we could sing it. Maybe they'll ask us up on stage and we can sing. Maybe not.
Or maybe not. So, yeah, please just, engage in the conversation, comment, etc., whatever. Fitzy, been a week?
Yeah.
What's new with you? You had stuff going on this morning, so that's why we scheduled this for noon today to do a couple of giveaways and also for you to do, what was it again?
County board meeting. We had a special daytime county board meeting and got new county board members. We had a couple of things on the agenda this morning. Everything went smooth, and we're good to go. But today, my daughter's 20th birthday, so happy birthday, Emma.
Oh, Emma's right. Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Emma. So wish her a great day, and she's out enjoying it with her friends and having some fun. So other than that, it was a great Easter. Got together with family, my parents, my brother, just enjoyed the day, just relaxed and had a great time. Great meal at Lehman's in Rice Lake, and thank you for all the people that worked on Easter to give us all our Easter dinner. So awesome.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, I mean, there is all that people, and all those people have to work. All the restaurants were open, and they all did a fabulous job at Butch and Trudy at Lehman's, and all the Lehman staff and all the waitresses. And
hey, slow down. Whoa, are they paying us money for this? These
No,
plugs
they're not.
Because what? We only compliment people that pay us.
Mine was free, but my dad paid. So
okay.
What'd you do? How's your Easter?
It was fine. Next week, I want to get into this more because I had an hour-long Zoom meeting this morning from 6 to 7 with my coder because he's in New York, so hour behind here about Dryden Wire Insider. It's the future of Dryden Wire.
Really?
And we've been working on it for about 2 years, but we're kicking the can really. And starting in January, our goal was to have it launched by April 1st. Well, clearly that didn't happen. And so we're about a month and a half behind. We'll have more information, but we have a lot to get to, so I want to talk about that, but maybe next week's show, you and I can talk a little bit more about what is the Dryden Wire Insider, the future of Dryden Wire, what that all means, what does it look like. I would love to have that conversation. But also, I don't know if you can see my shirt here.
Oh, you got your shirt? Holy cow.
Jerusha just came home for lunch and to drop it off because they dropped it off at their office. So I just got all my shirts today. I spent $300 on our shirts. So I got tons of them. But I'm not giving any of them away.
We'll give one away someday.
Someday, maybe. Yeah, so I was pretty excited about finally getting I have sweatshirts and T-shirts and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Aw. Oh, and Bonnie. Happy birthday, Emma. Aw. Yeah, so that was it. So, so there's the Spoon and Block Party. Just anyone comment, be engaged in the conversation, ask questions, say positive things or what's positive going on in your life. I do want to I forgot to put a graphic up here for this. There is something I want to quickly show here. Oh, there we go. Stupid thing. It is this Saturday. Second Amendment Gun Bingo fundraising event is this Saturday. Support veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and EMTs, and win some really cool guns, too. Is there like a not cool gun? Is that a thing?
There is not.
I think that's redundant. It's Saturday, April 23rd. The information, it starts at 2 o'clock at, Hallen's Tap and Grill in Frederick. The information is on our website at drydenwire.com. Looks like they will have hometown hero celebrity bingo callers, including Sheriff Brent Waak, Luck Fire Department, firefighter Brian Randall. Wow, a whole bunch. Specialist Tristan Knutson, Army Reserves, EMT. Wow, there's a whole bunch of... I didn't even read that part, actually. Yeah, there'll be great prizes for bingo and raffles, including handguns, shotguns, rifles, holsters, ammo, gift certificates, and the show is just so Republican right now. I love it. Guns, cool. No, but that is awesome. And that was sent to us by Lisa Johnson, boy, I had a great conversation with her the other day. She's a teacher in Clear Lake, I think. Hopefully she's watching. She can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Clear
She's
Lake.
a teacher. She should be teaching.
Well, it's
noon.
lunchtime, right?
Well, that's lunchtime. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's works with individuals with disabilities, and that's God's work right there, man.
It is.
I mean, it just is. So, but check that out on our website at drydenwire.com. So we have 2 press releases or 2 articles that we have done in the last week. So the one that was previous, I think it was maybe it was Monday. I can't remember. It was recently. The headline was "Man Sentenced on Convictions from 6-Hour Standoff Situation in Chautauqua." Did you get a chance to read that article?
I did. I'm looking at it right now, too.
I did, right now.
No, I looked at it before, but I couldn't remember what he got, so I was just paging through that.
Sure. So the sum of that was it was Judge Bitney, I believe, for one class H felony, he gets, it's all
5
imposed
years.
in state sentences, so 5 years probation.
Right.
And then for the class I felony, it's 3.5 years, I think.
He got
Of
3
imposed
years
in state. So, but it's all running consecutively.
Right.
What's the one when they're all together?
The concurrent.
Concurrent. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, he gets 5 years of probation,
All right.
and if he violates
Well,
it, he could get 4.5 years in prison. Are you happy with that result?
Yeah. No, I guess I'm not. There, I said it. I don't like it. That was a 6-hour standoff. What I don't like about it is he doesn't have to pay the bill. The bill is $2,500 in restitution, but that isn't our bill. That's Bill's other things that he had to do. But I don't like that these people don't have to pay for the SWAT team call out. I don't like that. I wish that was part of it. It's not.
Is that you've talked about it before. Now, is that something
Right.
that a judge could do?
No.
Okay, so this isn't about the judge. This isn't about
This is a
the
legislative
state or the
move.
defense. Okay, all right.
But some people look at that as paying for it twice because they're taxpayers and then they pay again. But why should all the taxpayers, if we happen to have a SWAT call, like this year we're down to, I think we're only at 1 SWAT call. Last year we had 15.
Yeah.
So why should regular people that follow the rules have to pay for that? I just don't think they should. But I've always thought that, and I think some of these people should. Obviously, I'm glad he's getting some help for whatever the problem is, but we can help people in jail too, and we do a good job of that. And so
it just sounds.
Well,
I know that's legitimate.
Right,
It just sounds
right.
We can help them in jail too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went round and round on this one because I knew I was going to bring this up, and I went through it again. And listen, first of all, I'm not in the room. I don't know what those conversations were. I don't know this person's past. I'm kind of a big, I wouldn't say fan, but I'm a believer in second chances. Not third, fourth, or fifth, but, second chances. I don't like that this person put officers in the community at risk during this, so I don't like that. I like some jail time, maybe. Prison, I don't know, but I don't know, throwing another couple hundred days in jail. Point is, I don't think that Judge Bitney, and I don't know Judge Bitney very well. Actually, I mean, I don't know. I've never talked to him, and I've met him a few times just because he was the DA here in Washburn County when Dad was still the sheriff for quite a long time. I'm pretty sure he's not going, I don't care. I think this is probably okay. And if he violates any of his probation, which looks like, no alcohol and has to go to a lot of treatment and get help, I like that. I mean, I've gone back and forth. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I think I'm okay with it. I don't like the optics of it, but I'm okay with it. But I want to see if there's something, what's happening the second time. And if that happens, then gloves are off at that point.
But I would agree with you if I knew this was his first time, but to this level, I don't think he's been down this road, but whatever.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And the other one was, and I could
this one will have some questions, won't it?
Yeah, I don't get it. So I get this press release from yesterday, and you sent it to all media, and it's only a few sentences long. And there's a criminal complaint attached, and it took me a few hours to do that before I get the actual story up. But the headline is $1,000 cash bond order for man charged with possession, distribution of child pornography. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That one, I think, I know. I called you right away. And as soon as you answer the phone, you're like, I know what you're calling about. You're not happy with $1,000 bond.
Right. No, I'm not
What?
happy. I
I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
but that's again, we've had this discussion many a times on the show. While I disagree with this, I also understand where the judge is coming from,
Yeah,
because,
I
well,
get it.
to some degree, I understand where that judge is coming from, because it's it's a law again. It's a legislative thing that we need to fix, and they are working on that. So the bond part of it, from the Milwaukee or the parade in Waukesha, wherever the parade accident was,
Yep.
yeah, well, wherever that parade accident was,
Waukesha.
they're looking at changing these bond restrictions, and taking it for the severity of the crime. Can carry a bigger weight than if the guy's never been in jail before or had police contact before. So, I mean, this is a pretty serious crime, and obviously he's innocent until proven guilty. We have to say all this. These are alleged
Yep.
by the law enforcement, but like I've said on the show many times, we don't play this game. I think he's probably guilty. I think we should probably just arrest this guy.
Yep.
And we'll
No.
see what happens. That's not how we play.
Nope.
We this is a multi-month investigation, involving multiple agencies, state agencies, to get this one person. That's how these cases work. And I think you wanted to talk about it last week. I kind of could see this coming down the road, and I said, wait a week, and we can talk about child pornography and how many cases you've been seeing and sharing on the internet. And this one, you don't put many warnings on your press releases, and I don't either. This one had a warning, said, don't read it if you don't want to.
Yeah, and if I could take a second to explain what that is.
Right.
So I'm looking at the article now, and it starts right off with, where'd it go? Warning, this article contains content that may not be suitable for all readers. I don't want to use the word trigger, because trigger literally can trigger people, so that's weird that way. But when it comes to, in this case, this person is alleged to, there's always a victim here, of course, but it was shared, pictures, etc. This wasn't a lot of times these are, usually it's a male, right? And it's a female minor, and it's the girlfriend's daughter, right? So he's like the stepdad or the boyfriend. That's a very common thing. Well, we go out of our way to not have someone identify who that is or figure out who that victim or that survivor, I can't remember where we were on that, but who that victim is. So those stories, we leave a ton of the information out, because nothing with ages or where they are. We leave so much of this content out. So therefore, we don't put a warning on it, because we don't really get any details. It's a lot shorter story. But if it's one that it is not a person here in town or related or lives with them or etc., then we put in more detail. But if we put in more detail, then we put that warning on. And the ones I really like, I know it sounds horrible, but I really like, are the ones that they're busted by the cops. It was an undercover agent. Because then I'll just go put all the details in, because there was no actual victim in this case at all. So, yeah, I'm totally going to put that in. But, yeah, that one was a sensitive one. I think even when you send out that press release, you attach that criminal complaint, I think you even stated in there that, there's some graphic content. However you guys do in the media, just be careful.
Right. I just didn't want someone to say, because a lot of media will just share whatever we do. I mean, we didn't put the criminal complaint even on our Facebook page like we have in the past, because the content is just too graphic. I mean, it's just, and
it's public record,
again,
but there's just there has to be a barrier there.
And again, there is concerns for victims. We don't think there's any local victims at all, or we can't find any local victims. We actually think that most of this is maybe even overseas, or way out of the area, or I don't even know. I don't know. I didn't watch any of it. I don't plan on it. I glanced at it and said, well, this is way too deep. But anyway, to the point of, we're seeing more of this, and this is a bigger issue than we know about, and that's why you're posting more stories about it. We're getting more educated in how to do these crimes. We have some people going to trainings. We have 2 people trained in it now. We're training 3 more people in internet crimes against children.
Good.
Technology is good. That's the good thing about technology from a law enforcement standpoint. It's also a bad thing because more people can do this from the privacy of their own basement. And if they don't tell anybody about it, they're hard to catch.
Yeah.
And that's why we take these very seriously. We do all we can to handle these, but it's bad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I don't know. I don't know why you're
I like seeing more of
them.
them. So I see a lot more of them because it wasn't like we've just glossed over these in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen a significant increase in these charges being filed, similar charges being filed in our 6-county coverage area over the last 6 months. I know Tia Hartle in Washburn County, she does a great job at it. I know it's being looked at more. So I would rather see more of these things because these things were always going on. But it seems to me if they're significantly more charges, not just in one county, but across our area, that means they're really focusing and spending time, energy, and effort on it. And I applaud that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also remember the amount of time and effort it goes into.
That's a lot of time. This one was months-long investigation, and with DCI as well, and like your job. Yeah, so I don't know how you guys just don't automatically like one new deputy like every year because each case, I think you've talked about that before, each case is taking longer and longer and longer. This isn't about just pulling people over, a speeder or something, and that's one thing, and that's fine. But it's the other cases. If we want to bust these people, we got to spend the time. But spending the time means resources, and resources means people, and people means money.
Right. So, and that's what you have to remember when we talk about this. When we go to county boards and we ask you for your help, or we say, call your county board member and say, you know what, you need to support X, Y, or Z, law enforcement, roads, whatever it is. But it's because of these cases, and I'm at a luxury because I have 5 detectives. Obviously, we have more cases. You get, Washburn County maybe has 1 or 2 detectives. I mean, I know they have less cases, but the complexity of these cases is the same. Whether it's Barron County or Washburn County, the complexity is the exact same. They've got to do the same search warrants and find and go through the data and then watch all these videos and determine that it's truly an underage person in the video. And obviously, if a jury of your peers were to watch this video, would you say that the person is under the age of 16? I mean, you have to do all of that and then write a report explaining all of that because it can't be, I think, there can't be any doubt when we do these cases. And that's what I mean. We don't just say, you know what, we should probably arrest that. That's probably child porn. We should maybe do this, or let's just see what the judge says or what the jury says. That's not how we play the game because we've invested months into this. We don't win every case, but we win a majority of our cases because, we answer all those questions beforehand.
It starts with you guys. Right. Cases are sometimes... Well, it's probably a bad analogy, but they can be, we'll say that, they can be won or lost before it ever touches the district attorney's office hands.
100%. Agree 100%. I mean, just by the order of we do things, and that's where technicalities get people off. But as these cases get more complex, it creates more opportunities for that out for a person. So we have to be very careful. They have to be, and you can't have 10 cases going on at once because they can get confusing. And so we've got to really take that guy off the line and have him work on this. And then, but we do have other things going on. And so, it's tough. And that's what my administrative team does is manages our people and our efforts and our patrol and our jail and our dispatch, whatever it is. So, it's interesting. It's sad, but that's just where it is. I mean, and I don't like the bond either.
Again, I'm not kidding. I just don't. And that's, and I think that's all right. Like I get, and you do too. And we do, even for the show sometimes, we get criticized. And there's naysayers, and there's people that are just negative and angry all the time. That's fine. Like 9 out of 10 times, it's whatever. You're an idiot. But there are some that it's, you know what, actually, you make a very compelling argument and a good point. And some of those times I kind of change what I'm doing. So there is constructive criticism. So I'm not bashing on this judge. I think it was Babbler, right? So I'm not saying, sure, I think that's the one, right? I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm just saying I don't like it. I was a little bit critical of, and I have been, of our current sheriff here in Washburn County. I think it's warranted. I'm not going after the guy. Just don't like some of these things he's doing. I'm sure some of the things I do, he probably doesn't like, or other people don't necessarily like. That's okay. You can not like something, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong, and it doesn't mean they need to change anything. I'm just saying I don't like to see anything. I mean, jeepers, our subheadline was investigating detectives allegedly located thousands of files containing child pornography. And it's $1,000 cash, but I just don't like seeing it. Because if you're willing to do all that stuff, you're probably willing to actually do this in real life. I don't like that. But I'm not in the room.
Right. I agree. And I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, obviously you get some of that, the comments on Facebook, and some are very warranted from respectable people, and some are, they put the comment up on the same thing every day. And, you're not going to get the same traction you do when, somebody else puts it up there. So I understand the comments. I appreciate the support for law enforcement, because until we started educating the public, people thought it was because of us. Some law enforcement did something bad, so that's why they got a low bond, or this isn't a really good case, so they got a low bond. I mean, it really took a lot of education, and that's why I appreciate being on the show, because we get to educate people on topics like this. And now I think everybody understands, from Dryden Wire and all of our other news sources, that cops don't set the bond. Even the district attorney's office doesn't set the bond. And I have no idea what DA's office asked for on this subject, but I can tell you it wasn't $1,000, and it got reduced to whatever they asked for. So I don't know what it is. And so when the new legislature takes office and we get some new rules, I bet you this is one of the first things that should be taken up. I think it's a simple thing that we can do, and just change a couple words that says, the severity of the crime has merit on bond. Boom. Print it, sign it, seal it, deliver it. I mean, and then it just gives judges the authority to say severity of the crime has merit here, or multiple offenses carry bigger bonds. Let the judges have some meat, and that's all we got to do. And I think it's so simple, but obviously no bill is simple. I'm not a legislature, but Romaine would tell us it's not that simple. But hopefully we can get this done, and we can do it from a legislative standpoint.
Well, so I just wrote down Aaron Mark, Washburn County District Attorney. I'll see. He's been on before, so I'll see if he can come on sometime and talk about this. But you said Romaine Quinn. He'll be on our show
this week.
Oh, shoot, right, this week. Right, this Thursday he'll be on. I'll ask him that question. How hard would it be to get this done? Is it? Can you do that in the first year type of thing? But yeah, that'd be interesting to know, because I mean, bonds. We've talked about this quite a bit, especially lately, and a lot of it due to a lot of the stories we're writing now about these horrible situations. Sorry, Nancy. When and how do we get it? Oh, Nancy, see, you've been gone. By the way, Nancy dropped off oranges, I think, from Florida at the gym. I haven't gone and got them yet. Yep, so it's already finished. I already have my shirt. Unless you already ordered some, Nancy, and maybe you have. No, so when and how? They're being shipped out this week. I got mine early. I'm special like that.
I do. Right. There is a question here. What kind of help do offenders get in jail? Please, from Joyce. We have, just in our jail, we have over 40 programs in our jail. We do money management, anger management, drugs, alcohol, religion, you name it. We can do it, bring it in. Embrace comes into the jail, it does things. Banking comes in and helps people so they can get a budget before they get out. Like I said, anger management, drugs, alcohol, lots of different things. So we got tons of stuff that we can do in the jail, like over 40 programs, all run by volunteers, I'll add. And we have one program coordinator that we have in charge of that help us. So I appreciate that question, and I love to talk about that, because I think we have some of the best programming in the state of Wisconsin in our jail.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The best. I mean, what about Burnett? What about Polk?
I don't think they have the space to do it. We have some spacing. They have some spacing issues. I know him better.
Hey, real quick question. So I forgot to tell you that I want to do isn't the NFL draft coming up?
NFL draft is next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Oh, shoot. So next week we should totally do a draft.
Okay.
Like
What are we
Washburn and
drafting?
Barron. Of just,
Okay.
I don't know, things. We could do trades. Like right now, pick one thing in Washburn County that you would want in Barron County.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know, Shell Lake. Like the lake and the beach, because that's a big thing, right? Wouldn't you like that in
Yeah.
Barron?
Yeah. I love
Well,
that.
that's going to take really half our Shell Lake economy if we take that out. So fine, I'll trade you then Walmart. That'd be nice.
I
We'll
want
put it
Dave.
right there in place of the lake.
I want Dave. I want Dave Wilson.
Oh, we should draft.
I want Dave Wilson.
Oh, that would be great. Nope, my dad talked about that USFL. So I was at Easter this weekend over in the cities with my sister and my family, and they were talking about it. I didn't even know it was on. I don't even know what it is. So, no
I
clue.
watched a little bit of it just because I saw it on, but I was watching the Timberwolves. Hey, have you been to the? Just a side topic. Have you been to the new sports betting in Turtle Lake? They have sports betting now in Turtle Lake.
I'm sorry, what now?
They have sports betting in Turtle Lake.
And this is legal?
Legal sports betting.
Really? Because I'm not saying that I've bet on sports in the past, because that would potentially be illegal. So just,
legal sports betting.
What?
In a really cool sports bar, great food. I mean, and they didn't pay me to do this. I just went there on Friday night to see it because I got invited over to their opening, and I thought it was just really cool. It's just another thing that you can't have. When we trade, you can't have that because I love that. And I just like the sports bar atmosphere. It's got lots of TVs in it. It's pretty awesome. It's really fun. It's called the Sports Book. It's inside the casino. So
really?
Yeah, pretty neat.
So how do you... Yeah, so I'm always looking for another vice.
Yeah.
Well, my limit is 2, so I have to give up one of them, but then I can replace it with that.
Okay.
So just real quickly explain that. So how does it work? You just go there and
I don't know where they get it. It's similar to Las Vegas sports books. If you've been to Vegas and been to a sports book.
Do you have to go there to do it, or can you do it like online or call?
You got to go. As far as I know, you have to go there. I don't know a lot about it. I didn't. I tried it once just to say I did it, but that's it. And it was cool. It was really neat atmosphere. I think they've done a great job. There's lots of TVs. If you're a sports guy, you got to go there and check it out. Even if you don't gamble, just because of the food and the TVs, you don't have to gamble if you go to this. It's really neat atmosphere. And they got great looking hot dogs. I love hot dogs.
Great. I didn't know where you were going with that right away. Like great looking hot dogs. Safe
I know
answer.
where I'm going with it. It's always safe with me.
Okay. Also, I want to bring up, we posted this morning. It was a nice message from Tracy Finch, Burnett County Sheriff, end of watch, Al Albee. That was 31 years ago today.
Wow.
Yeah, I get emotional just thinking about this stuff and reading it, so I can't get into it. But where were you when that happened? I mean, 31?
Ooh.
High school?
So, yeah, had to be. Well, no, I graduated 30 years ago, 31. I was just about graduating. I graduated in 91, so that would have been I was out of high school, actually.
Yeah. Do you have the website up? Or that
your website?
Can you just go to that? Because if I start reading, I'll get 2 sentences in and start crying.
Okay.
It's pretty short. It was just a nice personal message from Tracy Finch.
April 19th, 1991. So
yeah,
I would graduate. That was the year I graduated.
Could you read it where it says, starts with Burnett County for the last...
For the past 31 years, April 19th has been Al Day. On April 19th, police officers from around the area responded to the village of Webster near the elementary school in an attempt to take an armed individual into custody who was wanted in connection with the shooting in Minnesota. It takes a special kind of person to run towards danger, and Al was one of the most courageous people I've ever known. While approaching the subject, Allen was shot and killed, and a Polk County deputy, Mike Severson, suffered a gunshot wound that damaged his spinal cord and left him paralyzed from the neck down. Please join me in remembering Alan Albee, Burnett County Sheriff's Deputy 515, and gave his life of service to his community. I miss him. The world lost a great man that day, and that's true. This doesn't happen very often, thank God, in our area, and when we do, we remember this, and it's tough. And I gave some awards out today at County Board for our life-saving awards to both our fire departments and our ambulances for all they do, but to the two deputies that fell in the water,
right,
rescuing those people,
right,
because
what was that?
It was special. It was special. And our county board gave them a standing ovation, as they should have. And I know if you were there, I know everybody would have. But that's what makes our job special. I mean, you go from internet crimes against children to rescuing somebody in the water, all in the same day. And that's why law enforcement is the greatest profession in the world, I think. But it's also dangerous because of things like this can happen. Because every one of us, every cop that puts on a badge and put on his gun today will run towards danger to save somebody else they don't even know. And that's what makes our job special. And that's why we need your support. And we thank everybody for their support.
All right. So it looks like,
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. What? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I want to see how this works. I guess somebody was paying attention.
Somebody was? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who was? I'm looking for a comment.
Hold on a second. There we go.
Who is it?
Hey.
Let's get step back.
Hey. Yeah. Hello.
Hey. Can you hear us?
Hey, can you see the three of us or no?
No.
Just one of you.
Just one of you. But hold on a second. I can put you. Hold on a second. Give me 1 sec.
Take us off, man.
Back to live mode. There's that. I'll try. I gotta figure out how. Hold on a second. How do I make them like the only ones in the screen? Solo. There we go.
There, we got you.
Hey.
Oh, good. Hey,
What are you doing?
we are down at the southern border. We're just a few minutes from the Arizona-Mexico border outside of Yuma. Yesterday, we were in Pinal County with Sheriff Lamb, and he was showing us the horrific effects of this border crisis that's bringing meth and fentanyl into our communities. And I've got with me Sheriff Waak here from Polk County and Sheriff Knutson from St. Croix County. And we're going to go all the way to the border here as soon as we get off this program to see exactly where they're crossing the border in the Yuma sector.
All right, so I thought you were coming on because I totally butchered your segue and your transition to industrial safety this morning. Yep. So first of all, hello to all of you and Sheriff Waak. I think you're going to be on our show filling in for Fitzy in a couple of weeks. So you're down there. I thought I saw something on your page yesterday, and I think even this morning, Adam, talking about fentanyl. If you could just real quick, what have you learned about fentanyl? We've talked about that on the show, about drugs coming across the border. Usually it's meth, but lately we're talking about fentanyl. What have you learned about fentanyl coming across the border?
Yeah, there's a couple of things that Sheriff Lamb pointed out yesterday, and I'm going to let the sheriff speak about it a little bit in more detail because they're dealing with this on the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
But what he mentioned yesterday really stuck with me is that when they come across the border with this illegal fentanyl, they're not staying in Arizona because the price of it there that they can get is very low. And when they bringing up to places like Wisconsin, they get far more money from it. So they're flooding our communities with this fentanyl that's coming across the border here.
Ugh. All right.
What do you guys want to weigh in on that? Anything that you heard from Sheriff Lamb yesterday?
Well, I just think, right now we have a fentanyl problem in Polk County. We see it in all the drugs, meth. Chris, you as well with your county, we've had, we always say overdose, and I think it was important Sheriff Lamb pointed out that it is really a poisoning. They're poisoning our people with this drug. So it's eye-opening to see the impact here down the border, how it is affecting our communities back in Wisconsin.
Well, I look forward to having you on, Sheriff Waak, you and I believe Kirk Anderson, St. Croix Falls mayor and firefighter. You guys will both be on in a couple of weeks. I absolutely look forward to having you on to learn more about this. And Adam, I'm terribly sorry. You had said Sheriff Knutson. Sheriff Knutson, I've never actually met you or spoken with you before. What is your biggest takeaway from this trip so far?
I thank him and Adam for allowing me to come along on this. But my biggest takeaway is just, the analogy that one of the things Sheriff Lamb says was, we continue to mop up the bathroom floor, but nobody wants to shut the faucet off in the tub. And it just keeps coming. And we have to work on trying to stop it at the source. We talked about the I-35 corridor that comes up into the Twin Cities, and fentanyl and the meth that gets pushed out into our communities. And each one of those has a toxic face. And, we are just doing that battle, and we really need to stop this down here.
Yeah, I think you guys make a great point, and we talked about that. We have a community forum next week here in Barron County. We're talking about, instead of saving all the kids that are drowning in the river, go upstream and find out why they're drowning in the river. And I think you guys make a good point to that, because we've got to stop it. I know, Adam, you're a big proponent. I know I've talked to Sheriff Knutson and Sheriff Waak a lot on this. And we've worked with our legislatures. It's got to stop at the border, and we appreciate you guys going down there and trying to look for different ways to stop it and understand why it's coming up here, and the price of it really makes sense. So I appreciate you guys. Stay safe down there, and build a wall while you guys are down there.
Yeah, build a wall, would you, real quick?
It's funny that you say that. One of the things that we asked Sheriff Lamb about was whether he's seen it get worse in the last couple of years. And he has. He said that the Trump policies were working, and what's happening now is an explosion of this illegal immigration. And, he really doesn't even call it illegal immigration, because what he talks about it is human trafficking and drug trafficking, and that's what's happening. And it's a self-inflicted wound that we could put an end to if we would have smart border policies. One last thing that he said, and I'm just going to be a little bit partisan here. He says that he has had an open invitation to, legislators, members of Congress, elected officials, and thus far, only Republicans have taken him up on that. No Democrat has come down to see this issue firsthand, and I think that's a real problem when we have one party that is not interested in understanding the issue and solving the issue.
So you had mentioned, obviously, that's maybe a little bit partisan-esque, right? I don't know Sheriff Lamb. I don't know if he leans right or left. I don't know that. But from your understanding, from your knowledge, and you obviously can't speak for Sheriff Lamb, but I'm kind of asking you to, is it because he's only inviting one side, or is it like, no, I don't care, just please, somebody come down here. Anyone is willing, or if you're willing to, we'll host it, we'll show you around, just let us know. Did he give you a reason as to why only one side?
Well, I think Sheriff Lamb really believes that this is not a partisan issue, that the crimes against humanity that are going on with the open border should shock everybody, no matter which side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
So I think he's a great ambassador for law enforcement. He has reached out to a lot of people to come and take a firsthand look at this.
So last question here, or at least last one I have, unless Fitzy, you have something. Why? So you're down there for this, of course. But what led to this decision? I mean, Adam, you're running for Attorney General of Wisconsin. Is this I want to see it for myself because I can't speak with authority on this stuff unless I've actually been there? Or is it not because of the campaign? And what was the reason for actually deciding, that's it, I'm going down here, I got to see it myself?
Yeah, at least for me, when I was back in the legislature a few years ago, we passed a bill that added fentanyl to the controlled substances list. And at the time, we didn't really know much about it or hear much about it.
Yeah.
What's been really eye-opening is, as I've traveled across the state and talked to law enforcement, how this issue has really taken off. This is now the number one killer of 18 to 40-year-olds in our country. Just think about that.
What?
It kills more than any other thing in our country for that age group is fentanyl. And now that we know that it's coming across the southern border and it's a solvable issue, it seems to me that this is something that we all should be laser focused on.
Yeah. Sheriff Waak, your reasoning for going down there?
Well, I'll give some thanks to Tom Tiffany, our congressman. He brought Sheriff Lamb up to Hudson, up to Scott Knutson's county, a couple years ago to talk about these issues. And I've met Sheriff Lamb several times now, and he's always said you kind of have to see it to believe it. So this was an opportunity that I felt I couldn't pass up, because we have meth and fentanyl cases going on constantly in our community. So to come down and see the potential root cause of this problem, I think is important.
And Sheriff Knutson?
Similar to Sheriff Waak, when Sheriff Lamb came up and he did talk about, the open invite and come down and see it, and to actually see how it's brought across, and how it's impacting. We were just talking about, some of the cases we've had. We've had several deaths in our county that are fentanyl related. I mean, it is impacting our residents, our family members, and it's really disheartening to know that, yes, it has become such a partisan issue when it should be an American issue. It should be our safety, our neighbors, and that has to be our focus.
Well, we've talked before. I think, Adam, you've been on, and Sheriff Waak, you've been on our shows before, and obviously with Fitzy and I, we've always talked about that sheriffs, well, just our opinion, just Fitzy's and mine, is that sheriffs really shouldn't even be a partisan thing to begin with, but that's just our opinion. We kind of understand why it has to be, but when it comes to the drugs, we've always said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter to anyone. But as you know very well, Adam, everything has to be a partisan issue. So is this turning into a partisan issue? And I don't want to bring up the politics part, but I just got to ask Adam, is this now a partisan issue? Drugs? What?
Certainly the border issue is because there's a difference in approach among the parties. There was certainly a huge difference in focus and approach between President Trump and President Biden. And this really is Joe Biden's border crisis that is driving this poison into our communities. And that's what we really have to focus on, is the poison that is killing our kids, and how do we stop that?
All right.
And when Tom came up to Barron County, we talked a lot about that. And when Ron Johnson came to Barron County, we've talked a lot about that. You can even take away the immigrant part of it and just talk about the drugs, and it's still a huge issue. And it's taking over our counties, as all three of our sheriffs of us know. It's taking over our counties, and we've got it. And the cases get more complex because they're across multiple states, and so we're spending more and more costs on that. Just like we were talking about internet crimes against children a short time ago before you guys jumped on, we were talking about how these cases get so complex. It's the same thing as our drug cases. So I appreciate you guys looking into it. Thanks for bringing that information back to us so we can learn more about it and the reasons why, and so we can educate our local taxpayers on that. And Adam, I appreciate you doing what you're doing so that we can take back Wisconsin and
in the Attorney General's office, yeah. Awesome. Right. Is there anything else that you guys, anyone wants to say before we let you guys go? Thank you again. Echo what Fitzy is saying. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
We really appreciate the opportunity for you to have us on and share this message.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
All right. Cool.
You guys too. Be safe down there.
Well, there you go.
Look at that.
Now everything's all screwed up now.
No, it's not.
We can't have nice things. And then there's where'd the logo? There it is. Hey, we're back to normal. Oh, that's nice. Well, that was pretty interesting.
Right,
so you know what? One of these days, so the link that I send to everyone that's a guest that's ever been on our show, it's the same link, and I always think it's a different link, but I have to hit a button to make it refresh the link. So technically, anyone that I've ever sent a link to could just go and click on it, and they just show up. Because I look down, I'm like, who's that? I'm like, there's like 3 people in our virtual green room down here. That doesn't make any sense.
Romaine will be clicking on every show.
Oh, well, that was awesome. That's a great way to end the show. Wow, that was so cool.
That was impressive, and I can't wait till those guys get back to talk about it, because that totally makes sense. We were, wondering why fentanyl up here, why fentanyl, and it comes down to the dollar. The dollar. That's why our meth is, we don't even really talk about marijuana anymore. We talk about fentanyl. We talk about meth because they're starting to mix them together, which is killing people.
Yeah,
and Sheriff Knutson has the biggest problem in the Hudson area, and then it goes into Sheriff Waak, and then it's slowly coming to Barron County, and then for whatever reason, Barron and Washburn kind of take a break, and then it jumps into Sawyer County. So, it's a bad deal. We've got to take back our communities away from this drug problem. It's something the 3 of us sheriffs have talked a lot about. I'm a big proponent of it, and we do a lot of education, but it also takes enforcement. And so we're doing both of those now, hopefully, to make sure the drug problem gets taken care of. So I think they're going to bring back a ton of good information and see how easy it is for it to come across the border. And that's what I'm afraid they're going to tell me is how easy it is. And that what it brings fear to my kids and your kids and everybody's, and that's wrong. And we've got to do something about it.
So I need to educate myself on fentanyl and CRT.
What's CRT?
Something race theory. Yeah, that's the one.
Race theory.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like the Dr. Jill Underly, I think her name is. That we put a post up yesterday, and I even just admitted in the comments, like, okay, I feel like I'm late to the party. I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't really understand what this is. But everybody's taken a side already. Like, I don't know. I don't like anything that brings up race, I guess, or anything that is dividing us. But I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's. I don't really understand it. Do you? Like, I don't. Like, I talked to a Republican politician or a Democrat politician. It's going to be skewed. It's going to be slanted. But when I talk to an average person, the average person is a Democrat or a Republican.
Right.
So I feel like I just don't understand. Yeah. Just give me the facts and what is this? So I have to figure that out. But I also need to figure out fentanyl. Oh, and see, and there was Amanda. I just quickly wrote some things down. I got Amber, Melon, Angel, Knight, Deity, and what's another A? Abraham. See? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Remember what's that called? The cop talk, right? The A for this and B. See? We have to do one of those, so pick one. You can do well, Kirk's easy. Kirk. Do Kirk.
King. I had a Robert King. See? Kirk Anderson.
I had a Robert
He's going to be on the show with Sheriff Waak on the day I can't be here. I think it's May 2nd or 3rd or whatever it is. So
I'm going to go Knight, as in, knights with the helmets and stuff.
I know what a knight is.
Okay. I know what a knight is. Igloo, Richter, Kite. There you go.
There's a guy I haven't heard from a long time. Mike Richter. Hope he's doing well. I think he's enjoying
Where is he? Oh, Richter. Oh, yeah.
You said Richter. It made me think of Mike Richter from Washburn County. Miss that guy.
Me too. Yeah. Oh, and Tia. She just saw, what's his name, I think Sunday morning or something. Our buddy, Chris Cruzy. She went to a thing from him and got a photo. I should have had that ready too. See, these afternoon shows are just killing me, dude.
That's right. We're going back to the morning.
Yeah, we really should. All right. Well, is there anything that we're already way past our normal time? So anything that you want to bring up that we didn't get a chance to discuss?
No, make sure tell people to comment and then they can win something.
Oh, right. Comment. There you go. I told them. I just told them. Yeah. I took care of it.
Comment, you win something.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be necessarily right now, but over the next 24 hours. So if people are, the more times they comment, each one is technically like.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and comment all afternoon.
Like hello, instead of just H, enter. E, enter. L, enter. Yeah. Don't do that, please. That'll be annoying. All right, so what do you got coming up this week?
I'm going to play hockey this weekend, or I'm going to take my kid to play hockey.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right. Attaboy.
So, Dirk said it's going to be warm weather this week and the weekend. So Dirk's the weatherman, and so he's going to have warm weather for us. It's beautiful out there today. It's a little cool yet, but
yeah, I'll take it.
I think we're going to get some rain, but enjoy the weather and be safe. Thanks for what everybody does.
But wet, he said.
Yeah.
Someone said, but wet.
Yeah, probably. That's all I got.
All right,
Enjoy.
cool.
What are you doing this rest of the week?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't ever want to do a show not at 8:30 again. Like, everything is so screwed up. I don't. Tomorrow I have. Speaking of marijuana, it's 420 tomorrow. So Timothy Fry, part of owns the Ignite dispensary, location Spooner. I think Hayward, Superior, all over the place now. It's going exceptionally well. So he's going to come on and talk about CBD stuff and. I don't know, all that. I'm looking forward to it because, as you know, I don't know anything about CBD or any of this stuff. So that'll be fun. And then of course, on Thursday, Romaine Quinn will be on. And, I can ask him about, hey, how's your opponent?
Yeah, he's got one now, I heard.
Yeah. And don't forget, bingo. Yes. See, there's
and
Lisa.
They can ask Romaine how to make a bill of law there. How long does it take? I think there's a show about that little PBS
School of Rocks. right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it just like that, Romaine? Is it just like that?
I think so. I don't know. All right, thanks, man.
All right. Thanks.
For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you've been watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. For nearly 20 years of experience, this locally owned and operated business provides quality work both on the outside and on the inside of your home or business. So give Brian a call. The number's on the screen, 520-2271. As we sign off, remember, it's the little things that make a big difference. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.